What's going on, guys? John here, and today I have a review of the LG Spectrum 2 on Verizon Wireless. We're going to talk about the hardware, the software, the cameras, and everything else. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start out by taking a look around the phone. On the front top, you'll find the Verizon logo along with the 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. On the bottom front, you'll find the LG logo along with 4 capacitive buttons. On the left-hand side of the phone is where you'll find your micro USB charging port, along with your volume rocker above that. On the top of the phone is where you'll find your headphone jack along with your power button. On the back of the phone, on the bottom, is where you'll find the phone's speaker. On the back of the phone, on the top, you'll find the LG logo again, along with the rear-facing 8 megapixel camera that can also shoot 1080p video. Underneath the back cover, you'll find the micro SD card slot, SIM card slot, and your 2150 milliamp battery, which will give you a good day's use. I used it for 10 to 14 hours and still had a little bit of battery left, so it's going to get you a full day's use on that battery. One of the things I was disappointed in on the LG Spectrum 2 was the design. It is bulky, a little bit heavy, and just outdated. It's 2 years past its prime on design. The build quality, though, is solid, so it does feel like it can take a drop and still keep on going. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures from the rear-facing 8 megapixel camera, and I was really not impressed at all with this camera. LG is really behind Samsung, HTC, Apple as far as the optics go in these phones, and this is not their high point at all. This is probably their lowest point here of the phone, is the optics in the rear-facing camera. It was passable and decent, but you know, it just wasn't that good. And as you can see in the video, the pictures here and the video here, that it's just not that good at all, and it's not a phone I would recommend to buy for the camera in it. So that is my opinion on the rear-facing 8 megapixel camera. Some other specs of the phone include its 4.7-inch IPS display with 720p resolution, its Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Plus processor, which is 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor, and 1 gig of RAM, along with 16 gigs of internal storage. Now the LG Spectrum 2 is running Android 4.0.4, so with the memory it has and the processor it has, I found no issues with lag throughout the phone. The operating system ran fine, web pages loaded quickly and seemed to run good. So, and even games, as you can see here in the video, ran smoothly as well. So my final thoughts on the LG Spectrum 2 for Verizon Wireless is it's just not a phone I can recommend. Its design is outdated by a year or two, and it's big and bulky and heavy, but the build quality is nice and solid. The battery life is good. It got me throughout a 12 to 14 hour day of normal usage with some battery life left. The call quality was nice and clear, so I had no problems with call quality whatsoever. The camera on the back, though, however, is decent to poor quality and is not something I'd recommend. It's not something I'd recommend to buy for the camera in the back. Apple, HTC, Samsung have better cameras in their phones. It's running Android 4.0.4 and it ran smoothly throughout the whole operating system. Web pages loaded smoothly, and the whole operating system just ran smooth with no lag whatsoever. It does feature Verizon's 4G LTE, so that's nice, but it's just not a phone I can recommend. If you have any comments or questions about the phone, you can leave those down below in the comments section. If you like content like this, you can hit the like button, which always helps me out, and you can hit the subscribe button to be notified of all my new videos. So we'll catch you guys in the next video.